Hi, Professor Sharon Schroeder here. This is exercise 1. It's the 29th of March, 2023 for lab 4, getting to know your compound microscope. So I am using my computer again as my stand for my phone because I can't need to be able to read these instructions. So basically, here's my microscope. Let me get this a little bit better over here. And I already have it set up. Like I had mentioned to you earlier, I had to take the photos of the different pictures that are required on the data sheet here. So I've already done that for most of them because I can't take pictures while I'm doing my video, and I had already explained that to you. So just, so that way you're aware. I'm going to put my gloves on. So I'm going to be using some slides here. But anyways, I have the microscope here. I'm going to be showing you how I used the microscope. So I'm going to start here by... record the. Give me just a moment here. So I already filled in the data sheet. It's asking about all the different parts of the microscope. So I went over that, filled all those in. Part 2 of this is calculating the field of view. So I'm going to go ahead and place the metric ruler onto the stage. Where's my ruler? Right here. So it has to be resting. Let me lift this up here. Let's start up. Usually what's recommended is starting at the lowest magnification, which on my microscope it is, I believe it's 4x. Yes, so I'm going to go ahead and get into this. So as you already know, this microscope has been a little challenging for me. I think I have it down pretty good now as far as getting things into focus. So let's see. The field of view is the circle visible through the lens, the diameter. Okay, let's see here. So first it wants us to start on the ruler with the lowest power. Okay, record the approximate field of view. So I'm going to start with the 4x here. And then per your suggestion, Professor, you did make a very good, you were very helpful. You said to move the course adjustment. So that's what I've been doing, and it seems to work pretty well when you have to get things into view. You don't really need to use the fine adjustment too much, except for, as I've come to find out, when you're using it for you're using it to look at specimens and you really need to focus. So for this type of stuff, I think that the course adjustment works pretty well. So here I am. Okay, and so looking at this, I have the little it wants to use the millimeter part of this. So I'm looking at this, and it looks to me to be about it was about 1 millimeter for the field of view on the 4x. Actually, a 2.2 millimeters for the field of view for that. So let me see here. Minor adjustments. Okay, so I recorded that in the data table. Now, let me write this, so 2.2. 1 millimeter, so I said 1 millimeter, 2.2, actually 2.2 on the lowest setting. So let me see here. Now convert the field of view from millimeters to micrometers. So let me see here. So 2.2 millimeters to micrometers. Let's see here. Because each micrometer, 1 millimeter is equivalent to 1,000 micrometers, so for this it's going to be 2,200 micrometers that we're converting that into. So that's for that. Repeat steps 9 through 11 for medium power lens. Okay, so I'm going to get this again, the ruler, putting it back on. Okay. And then it's very important to make sure we're getting it in focus. Well, that's another thing that what I've learned is making sure the light is passing through. You had mentioned that to me, so that was a very, very helpful in helping me get through this. Okay, so we got that done. And it comes into focus pretty quickly. Let's see here. Alrighty. Just gonna do a little bit of adjusting here. There we go. And this is gonna be for the medium. I'll put that there. Okay. Alrighty. Alright, so it looks to me like this is about 1 millimeter field of view. Let me make sure I have everything here. So let's put 1 millimeter field of view. So again, the 1 millimeter is equivalent to 1,000 micrometers, and this is on the 10x medium power. So let me see here. Okay. So use the following formula to calculate the field of view for the high power lens. Okay, so high power lens equals lower power, so total magnification. Okay, so since the lowest one was 2.2 millimeters, 2.2 millimeters, that is times 60 divided by, so we're going to divide, we're going to multiply the 40 of the high power times the this lens, so that is 600. So let's see here. So field of view for the high power lens will be, I'm getting 0.2. 0.22 millimeters. So let's see here. Not total magnification. Okay, so I'll convert millimeters to micrometers. Let me see here. So 0.22 millimeters to micrometers. You know, because 1 millimeter is equal to 1,000 micrometers, we're going to do 0.22 times 1,000. Alrighty. So 220 millimeters. Okay, so this is what I got here. I don't know if my calculations are right, but let me see here. Okay, so the next step, focus and using the microscope. Identify the letter E in your slide box. So I have my slide that I already have taken out. So I'm going to put that under here. Alrighty. I'm going to turn on the light, and immediately I can already see that I'm going to need to move this slide around to get it in focus with these little turn knobs that I have here. Let me see. Place the letter E slide on the stage between. Okay. So switch the objective lens to the lowest power. So I'll start here. Use the focus knobs as necessary. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and repeat the steps. This is for the lowest power. I've got to find this E here. Okay. So this is pretty easy. It comes right into focus. And I do have pictures that I already have uploaded. So the Big E, it's just like, it looks on the slide. It's a little pixelated on the edges. But it looks like, the Big E. So I already uploaded that photo. Using your observations, describe the detail. So like I said, it looks like a Big E. It's just a little pixelated around the edges. So switch the objective lens to medium power. So I'm going to go ahead and switch this to medium. And then I'm going to go ahead and just take a look at it again, get it into focus. I think one of my challenges is getting the pictures. So for this one, I think that once you have the focus knobs already kind of set to where you need them, it's pretty easy to see stuff, especially if you're doing the same type of observations. So on this one, it looks like it is, of course, magnified more. It just looks like the E is taking up almost the whole lens. Pixelated a little bit along the edges. It looks a little rougher on the edges. And then I can also see a little bit of, I don't know, cells maybe from dirt or particles that may have gotten on it. So that is for the, what is this? 10x power. So switch objective lens to the high power lens. I'm going to go ahead and move that over to the high power lens, and basically we're going to just repeat the steps for this one. So now this one is just very slightly going to do some adjustments on this one. You can't even really tell on this that it is anything. It just looks like a big black stripe kind of through the lens, and it's not it looks like not as pixelated. It's a little bit more smooth around the edge, the part of the E that I can see. It's just like a big, it looks like a big blotch of black is what it looks like. So that's for that one. And that's for the 40x magnification. So last, apply, okay, so install the oil immersion lens. So what I've learned is before I start changing anything, I like to make sure this is up at a pretty good height, so that way I'm not touching the oil or getting anything oily. So let me put this over here. I'm going to put the oil immersion lens in. Okay. Apply a drop of oil immersion oil on the specimen slide. Okay, so I'm going to get this up again. Now, I'm going to just make sure with my lower powered lens that I have this pretty much in focus again, just so that way I can make sure I can see what I'm focusing on. Make sure that I'm like in the right spot, is what I mean. Okay. So I am definitely on the E. If the light is shining through, I'm going to go ahead and put a drop of, let me turn this really quickly, because that would be really bad if we got oil on any other magnification lens. So I'm dropping one drop of oil onto the letter E, and careful not to touch the slide with the top of this. Okay, so I'm going down. Let me see here. With the lens tip touching the oil, focus. Okay, so basically I have to go all the way down on this. Okay, so that's the furthest I can go. So then for this one, it's just a little bit of fine adjustment that I'm going to be doing to see if I can get anything into focus here. The oil immersion lens, I've come to experience that it's very difficult, especially if something is larger, to focus on it. So for this, it just looks like a grayish background with some like speckles. And that's pretty much all I see with the oil immersion lens. I don't know if I'm doing it right, but I don't see anything else. It just looks like a different shades of gray with some speckles. So that's for the oil immersion lens. So this is experiment 1, just showing basically how to focus and use the microscope in itself. So I'm going to go ahead and clean up. Like I said, I've already uploaded the pictures, and that's it. Thank you.